Hi, I'm Andy Bales. I want to give you an end of May report from the rooftop of Union Rescue Mission. We've had a lot of great times up on the rooftop and elsewhere throughout Union Rescue Mission, Hope Gardens Family Center, Angela's house. We had a Mother's Day event up here on the roof where all the moms in the place gathered up on the roof for lunch, and then we followed that with a baptismal service right here on the rooftop. And some wonderful ladies from our Damascus recovery program have accepted Christ and have been baptized, connected with a local church. An important part of baptism is get connected with a local church. And by the way, that's a very important part of our programs here, recovery programs, to get people connected with a community, connected with a local church. It's not just enough to break an addiction. You need to be connected with a community. And we've had a great time celebrating Mother's Day. We had a Mother's Day event here on the rooftop. We had a Mother's Day event at Angela's house. We had a Mother's Day event at Hope Gardens Family Center, and just a wonderful time of celebrating moms. And as I said, we wouldn't be without moms. We just would not be without moms. And by the way, we received $3 million this month from the Amundsen Foundation to have complete air conditioning throughout our building for the first time in Union Rescue Mission history. Our mission downtown, when it was built, they fell short of getting it air conditioned all the way through. But as of next summer, we're just going to have to make it through this summer, but as of next summer, we will be air conditioned on every floor. Every guest will have the comfort of air conditioning at Union Rescue Mission. You make all that possible with your support every day. We couldn't do much without you. Also had a great chance to go to Washington, D.C. I've been there 3 times this year. This latest one was maybe the most impactful because I was able to gather with friends, Michelle Steeb from the Texas Policy Institute, John Ashman from Citygate Network, Representative Andy Barr, Representative Fine, Representative McCoy from Texas. We were able to stand up and plead with our Congress to move 30% of all federal funds for housing away from the Housing First Harm Reduction model, which I believe has done a great disservice to people devastated by homelessness. It really should be called the free flow of hard drugs within housing. And around us, 50% of the apartments around us are vacant because of the chaos ensuing inside, because gangs rule inside where drugs flow. And this is Housing Plus calling for recovery and sobriety inside of the housing. And so that's why I took off on a Tuesday, spoke on a Wednesday, came back on a Thursday to speak up for Housing Plus in Washington, D.C. Pray about that. Hope it comes to the U.S. soon, because people devastated by homelessness are suffering, even inside and outside the housing. 6 people per day are dying on the streets of L.A., but that's happening both inside and outside, mostly from overdose deaths. We've got to bring recovery. In fact, if you know this, California is the only state that doubled down on housing first, harm reduction only. And I learned last week in Washington, D.C., California has 1/2 of the total unsheltered population in California alone. 1/2 of the entire United States street homelessness is in California. And that, in my opinion, is due to the Housing First Harm Reduction model. I just got off the phone with Epoch News and shared the same, that harm reduction is not showing any effectiveness. Just one example, Union Rescue Mission is full to the capacity. We're overwhelmed by people wanting to come in, and we focus on recovery and sobriety. Well, the places around us, the missions around us, who now take city money and have gone to harm reduction policy and let alcohol and drugs freely flow, they are not at capacity. In fact, they are running low on people. And the apartments around us are 50% vacant. even as more apartments are added to the most devastated neighborhood in the U.S., those apartments will run 50% vacant because harm reduction makes chaos rule in those buildings. And so when you focus on recovery, you focus on sobriety, and you have a safe, peaceful place for people to go, people will be welcomed and they'll come in. And that's the reason why Union Rescue Mission is always at or over capacity rather than running 50% vacant or half empty. We attribute that to your support. We can make a welcoming, safe, sober place because of your support. That's why I speak up so strongly about it. Also announced that I'll be retiring from Union Rescue Mission, not retiring entirely. Hope John edits this, but I'll be relocating to Des Moines, Iowa, and beginning work with children in a before and after school education program and feeding program in the neighborhood I left 34 to 24 years ago. I was there 34 to 24 years ago. I left there 24 years ago. I'm going back for some unfinished business, as it is the neediest, most vulnerable inner city in Des Moines, Iowa, and at the most at-risk population in an elementary school. And I'm going to go back and orders from my wife to relocate to where our grandkids are. I did not have a choice. People have asked, why in the world would you leave? I didn't have a choice. When your wife says, I'm moving back and you can join me if you'd like, I knew there was no standing in the way of our grandkids. But I do have to tell you that her timing was perfect. Never question your wife, because our little Isla, 4.5 years old, just came down with type 1 diabetes and is going to need not only her grandpa's expert 51-year experience of type 1, but also grandma's nursing experience to help her through. So pray for Isla, pray for our family as we move to Iowa, and pray for Union Rescue Mission as our board of directors utilizes Carter Baldwin, a search firm, to search nationwide for a new leader of Union Rescue Mission. I'll be staying until December 31st. You'll hear me a few more months, and I'll be welcoming the new leader and working with them to make sure there's a great handoff. I heard from a friend, you run hard until you hand off the baton, and then they run hard and take it and accept the baton. And so that's what's going to happen at Union Rescue Mission in the next few months. And I can tell you, guaranteed, there's no way we will succeed without you. By the way, we'd love to invite you to come out and join us at the June 17th 5K. It's run and walk at the Rose Bowl. Come on out and join us. And I have another idea. I'd like all of you to come out and join us, because I want to say thank you personally to you for your support to Union Rescue Mission. And I can guarantee if you come to the run or walk, you will pass me. I will be walking, but you will pass me, and I'll be able to extend a hearty thank you and a hug and a high five for all your support through the years. So if you only want to do that, not only can you support us in doing this good work and welcome everybody, but I want to say thank you. So come out to the Rose Bowl, June 17th. I think it starts at about 8 in the morning. If you come at 8, you'll be on time. So meet me at the Rose Bowl, 8 a.m. At the Rose Bowl. Thank you, in Pasadena. God bless you.